Ha! It was the death the whole time. Just like the momentum of the show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rider Time Archive here on the Morphin Network. I'm Mike, and in another dimension where we have the FIFA breakdance competition instead of the FIFA soccer competition, Steve is somewhere out there having what is presumably a fever dream, and we are here to discuss Kamen Rider Gaim. I'm the movie. Great soccer battle! Golden Fruit Cup! Hey, Steve, how you doing?
I'm up here in the stands with these people in this Fallout-esque looking backdrop. It's a beautiful day out here in the stadiums. We got one side is blue, one side is red. It's going for Team Baron and Team Gaim. I will say, though, the stadium food in Japan is a lot different than in the States.
Mm-hmm.
They actually I'm actually here with the big old bowl of omurice.
Wow.
Yummy.
I wish they had omurice here in the LA Stadium. Especially 2 years from now.
Well, with Uwatani and all of them, pretty much a lot of the Japanese are getting into American sports now. So I'm like,
they're playing American football now?
Well, American football has been a thing in Japan for I think the last 20 years.
Yeah, because I know that Daimonji from Borzei was an American football player, but...
Yeah, he was an American football player, but it's not as big as... I mean, it's American football. It's kind of... I mean, it's a thing. Let's just say that. It is a thing. Not as big as, seeing, tennis or actual football. It is a thing in certain parts of Japan.
Yeah. You know what sport I do find interesting in Japan? Wrestling.
Oh, the wrestling in Japan is no joke. I mean, you want to go back to the old days, when they, obviously they had, remember, there was a time that even American wrestlers like Macho Man, Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, all the greats were also wrestling in Japan as well.
Right.
They would have trade-offs, and just imagine seeing fucking Razor Ramon on the Japan Wrestling Federation, or seeing guys like the Big Show. Just while I'm like, oh no,
ooh, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's. Japanese wrestling is not like ours. Not like our wrestling at all. Sometimes it gets a little bit more intense, and with the thematics and everything, I'm like, yeah, not surprised. Although a lot of it takes from lucha libre from the Mexican or the Spanish countries, since apparently Japan has a very good relationship with Mexico and Central America.
Yeah, I do find that very interesting because, one, Lucha Libre is freaking awesome, but also, given the fact that, one of the most recurring gags is how everyone in a Spanish-speaking country loves Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, way more than they do here in America or Canada or Australia.
Oh no! The thing is that Japan has had a relationship with the southern Americas way before America. It's like America is just the weird one because the history of that is just so crazy, especially how anime. It's like, wait a minute, what do you mean that in as a kid growing up? You would see it on the Spanish channels, and it's like, wait a minute, in America we just barely got to they just barely introduced Cell. Who the hell is Majin Buu?
Yeah.
Having shows like Captain Tsubasa and Saint Seiya, along with Messenger and all these other animes, Kimba the White Lion. It's like we barely, if any, the most famous animes that were at the time in America were Voltron and Speed Racer, but those were heavily edited. In terms of like where in Mexico, Honduras, Panama, Venezuela, Salvador, Chile, they were getting all this stuff like all the time. It was a hand in hand collaboration.
Oh, absolutely. No, like I even love like the mascot suits for like Super Saiyan Goku at kids' birthday parties, where it's like it looks way more realistic than some of the mascots we have in American birthday parties. Like even like the overly toned muscular arms on Goku's arms and pectorales look so like real human skin that it's creepy but cool at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah. So this movie, to explain, was filmed and released in 2014, and is supposed to air concurrently to the 2014 FIFA World Cup. So this was the first summer film to be released in July instead of August or September.
That was pretty strange that this movie came out at that time. A lot of people were just like, it's going to be one giant commercial for the World Cup. Like, can you honestly believe that Japan is being, like, is just marketing the so, like, it's so commercial. So, like, well, how could they do this? I'm like, excuse me? How? What? How could they do this? They've done this before.
Absolutely. Honestly,
they've done it before.
I'll be honest. I'm surprised that Pokemon didn't make a video game where you play like Pokemon football, or like you have to choose a team of roster for Pokemon to be your team. And I'm telling you, Bulbasaur would make an excellent goalie.
I mean, there was back in the 90s, there was many Japanese games from Capcom, Konami, Sune, Mega Man Soccer being one of the infamous ones.
I actually have a Game Boy game, like an actual original Game Boy game, where like you have Kamen Rider, Ultraman, and Gundam playing volleyball.
Yeah, no, they had those. They had those sports themed. They had one. There was, of course, I mentioned the Mega Man one. There was this one because, again, well, we're gonna get into the gist of the movie, but there's a scene in this movie that literally reminded me of, I forget what it was called, but it's like I think it was called Super Volleyball or Super Soccer for the PlayStation. That you have like ultimate moves as you're playing the game. Oh, like, wait a minute, this person just jumped in the air 6 feet and is about to do a drill kick, and and the ball turns into an actual drill.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else is a great? You know what that reminds me of? The film Shaolin Soccer.
Yeah. It was that ridiculous, and I'm like, look, China, Korea, Japan, all these places. I mean, they've done it. Mm-hmm. It's not surprising, but I kind of said to myself, okay, is this going to be the whole premise of the movie? Is that how it's going to be? Like, is it going to be like the first movie that they had with Nobunaga and everything like that? But it's like, no, it's pretty much just it's theming, but
it's basically Gaim episode 37, the movie.
Well, again, this film really. It really, I mean, if you're not paying attention, you're okay. It's just they really were nailing in the religious mythologies of many different parts of the world. We had Greek, we had Celtic, we were dealing with
Hebrew.
Catholicism, with with Christianity. Like there was so much going on. I'm not kidding you. As I was watching this movie, I literally paused and did some research. I'm like, wait a minute, what's this referencing? What's that referencing? What's like? Wait a minute. There's a lot of, and again, I'm not a religious person. I'm not, but I respect the scrolls and I respect the teachings of the higher powers. You know, and I respect other people's beliefs on what they believe. The fact of the matter is, I was just like, oh, wow, we are really, really going into some Old Testament stuff here.
Oh, absolutely.
It was just like, wait, this is supposed to be about soccer, right? Oh, no. Oh, no. It's not just about soccer. But then again, soccer itself...
The football only takes place for the first third of the film.
Yeah, but again, soccer or any type of sports could be seen as more like a religious gathering as well. Because is that not what they do? It's like all masses gather for this one event, whether it be to pray or to cheer every for Sunday. Every Sunday. Even though the Lord said on Sunday we rest. Where's my rest?
Yeah, you know, one of my favorite Mitchell and Webb skits, and let me tell you, there's a lot of Mitchell and Webb skits that I find hilarious, but this one in particular remains timeless, where it's basically a Sky Sports advertisement, where it's like the Giants of so and so will face off against the Titans of so and so, making each other look normal sized in comparison. Meanwhile, scores will be settled like a 1-0 and 2-all in a match that's already been described as this Sunday. And then Liverpool faces off against Manchester United to be crowned to see who will be champion for this year, at least, and indeed at most. And then he goes all nuts. It's like the football will be going on forever. It's impossible to keep track of all the football happening all the time. But your best bet is here. The football is officially going on forever. Watch the football. Watch the football. Watch the football. It's gonna move. Watch the football. It's football. I swear, I bloody love Mitchell and Webb skits. But yeah, that football one was just perfect.
Yeah, and also, you know, just like the rest of these movies that we have done for this series, cameos galore. There are cameos all over the place, but here's some cameos that I kind of like, and I was actually surprised. You know, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But as also, it's kind of like, out of all the movies we've done, out of everything that we have reviewed so far, I gotta say I actually enjoyed this one the most.
Yeah, no, this one was definitely the least terrible of the 3 movies we already did, because we didn't have to deal with
we didn't have to deal that's the beautiful part, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have the week before trope in this movie. We don't start in the middle. We actually have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah, remember how the winter film started in the middle of the movie?
Yeah.
Then we went back to the beginning?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, in this movie, we don't have that. I mean, yeah, you can kind of say, I'm like, you know, oh, yeah, but the movie just yeah, you're right. But again, it's not like, oh, 1 week before. I'm like, no. And I'm like, okay, continuity-wise, it's like, well, it kind of is
37.
I mean, yeah, it is up there with continuity. I mean, but it's like it's its own. It's like it's just trying to have fun, which is pretty much what these movies should be.
Yeah.
But again, let's get into it.
Yeah. So the movie starts off with this apocalyptic scene where Koda is fighting tooth and nail against a group of Invis after the Yggdrasil tower has already been destroyed. And oddly enough, this entire scene looked familiar to me, and I didn't realize it until the end of the film. this is where they filmed the final fight scene in the Deno movie.
They gotta save a penny here or there, Michael.
I'm just surprised they kept the place like desolate for like what 8 years.
They keep reusing the same locations in Sentai and Kamen Rider. That's almost comedical. That it's like, hey, it's that place. It's like that. Oh, yeah, I know. So whether they used it or not, it's like, well,
So naturally, Kota fights off these Invis, and of course, we get a flashback of what led up to this.
Well, I'm not a huge fan personally.
Just kidding. No, this is the actual film.
Oh my god! I was like, wait a minute, you cheeky bastard. But I'm like, no. I was like, you know what? I was so glad. I was like, oh my god, is he gonna be like, it wasn't always like this? And we go back. I'm like, no.
Like you were expecting it to. You were expecting
We're expecting an entire 30 minutes of nothing before we get 20 minutes of something that ain't worth our time. But no, what we get is pretty much a mysterious young boy is staring at Kota from afar because, I don't know, apparently, Zuwami City, as was said, was abandoned. There's no one left. It's just Kota. It's just a man. It's a land of no. It's a no man's land. But this kid is like, what's that? And it's like, what are you looking at?
That's a football.
That's a football. And he's just like, what's football?
It's a game where people compete against each other, kicking a ball around without using their hands in order for one to beat the other. Wait, so you guys are fighting, but not killing each other? Exactly. Even if you win, you feel gratification. If you lose, you're frustrated, but it motivates you to work harder next time. And so he's like, what if we lived in a world where all our problems were solved using football?
I think that evolved into rollerball back in 2024.
Yeah. Not gonna lie though, it would be nice, imagine if every conflict we've ever had in the last 5,000 years was resolved with football, like freaking America versus Iraq, football, America versus Vietnam, football, Britain versus Germany, football.
Technically speaking, that's what the Olympics were for.
Yep.
Like back in the olden days, that's what the Olympics were held for, and obviously it was kind of like to resolve issues and to kind of be peaceful with it. But now it's just become a clusterfuck of promotions, ads, and apparently a lot of adultery amongst the athletes.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? I used to like the idea of the Olympics back in 2000 and 2004 because my uncle was an Olympic athlete, and when I was a teenager, I almost became a junior Olympic athlete. But yeah, no, I've been left jaded since maybe 2010 because there's just so much commercialism and even in the channels where they would show the sports, like say NBC, ABC, Fox, NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, TNT, TBS, ESPN. They wouldn't show all the sports, just some of them, and even then, it's like, what if I want to watch a fencing game? Why aren't you showing fencing? It's just bunch of marathoning, bunch of swimming, closing ceremony. I'm like, really?
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, we take swimming very professionally in this household, but yeah, I like sports other than swimming.
Yeah. Pretty much that's the premise of what this kid was trying to make, because it's like,
we go Gundam.
Yeah, pretty much. But we've been doing G Gundam ever since we started. But the thing is that Coda goes from Fallout Las Vegas to FCC 2014.
Yep.
Because, holy crap, he walks into an abandoned building. There's nothing in this building, only to wind up in, I believe that's the big stadium over in, I want to say that's like outside of Tokyo. I don't remember what that area is called. But it's it's huge. I've been there.
I'm just surprised Tokyo Dome isn't just renovated into a football stadium, because I know that Tokyo Dome is used for sports other than baseball.
Oh yeah. But I mean, like, Tokyo Dome is in the center of the city, as opposed to this place, which is kind of like more towards like the outside. So it's a lot more bigger. It's a lot more colossal than Tokyo Dome. But yeah, so apparently Kota's like, what the fuck? There's supposed to be what's going on? Why are all these people here? I thought there was no one left. And here comes
Mai alive.
Well, yeah, we're getting there. Mai shows up in her little manager uniform, because apparently Mai is the manager, and she's yelling at him about, like, what are you doing? You got to get dressed. We got this tournament. Remember, Team Baron challenged us. And I'm like, wait, what? What? Why? Like, well, you have to get changed. And then we go to the stands. We have Rex and Weevil. How the hell are you alive?
Both Rex and Weevil.
How are you alive, Hase? I thought you were dead.
And then Yuya shows up, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. When Yuya showed up, I was like, oh, this is going to be awkward.
Oh,
This is going to be bad. This is going to be horrible.
Oh, yeah.
And then we go into the stands.
Bad if Yuya's there.
Yeah. And so we go into this whole nonsense. Oh, and our boy Oren Alphonse Pierre is also there, because apparently he's a sports fan.
And he's a professional football player.
Yeah. Who knew? I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But you have cheerleaders. You have, like, they are just. It is a lively game. And apparently Baron's there. Everyone, Baron, Pico, Jack, everyone of Team Baron is there. Even two official Japanese Federation soccer leaguers are there as well.
Not the same two from episode 37, but
no, not the same ones. But still, I'm like, okay, how much did this cost you guys to get them on here? Or did they just do it?
Well, I imagine they probably saved some money by making the season only 37 episodes, for one.
Yeah.
But for another, like, I'm curious myself.
But yeah, no, because apparently it's like, now let's play the game.
Yeah, and even Team Yggdrasil is there.
Oh yeah, Sid was there. I didn't notice him because he shaved.
Yeah, and what's her name? Yoko was actually really good at.
She's really. Dribbling. I thought that was Michi for a moment, but I'm like, oh no, it's our girl. There she is. I was like, that's not Michi. Michi couldn't do that. Michi can't do shit.
Nope.
But yeah, no, it's apparently we went from just like the regular FIFA to Mega Man Soccer, because next thing you know, Baron just transforms in the middle of the game, and it's like, wait, what's going on? It's like, wait, that's legal? Of course it's legal. That's why we have these things.
I'll say this: it would be an interesting concept. Imagine if the show, instead of being about breakdancers who become writers to fight tiny little, what if the whole show was just, various football teams fighting each other by having up to two of their players become writers, so you have that added boost. But
I mean, here's the BS about that. Mm-hmm. Is that for Baron, you do have two writers on their team. You have Jack and you have Kaito. Whereas Gaim, as of right now, because it's only Kota, because Michi's not there.
Michi's not there. Michi used to be
Michi's
there back in the breakdance universe.
Yeah, but he's not there.
Meanwhile, Charmant has 3 writers.
Yeah, Charmant has Bravo, has both Rex and Weeble, and it's just like, okay, so what the hell? It's like, and I'm like, you know what? Having Jack be goalie really actually says something.
Yeah.
Although I was kind of like, wow, with those big knuckles of yours, Jack, you couldn't block the damn ball.
Yeah, you'd think Zangetsu would make a better goalie.
Yeah, but again, it's like Tori isn't in this fight yet. He's just there with Sid, just like, blah, blah, blah. But apparently, yeah, we unlock super modes that, we could high jump kick up to about 16 feet in the air and give a mega swirly kick, but also with a rider kick as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hey, remember back when we had rider kicks on the show?
You're right. We have not had any in this show.
Up until episode 32.
Yeah, very seldomly have we. Everything has been like weapons and like giant buster swords. There has been
It kind of means that Takashi had a point. You Heisei riders with your gimmick toys. We used to kick cyborg Nazis.
Yeah, there has been no rider kick other than in episode 32 and in this movie so far. Like that, and also kind of a thing, but like I said in the past reviews, I didn't know that Gaim had a bike. I mean, obviously the Kamen Rider must have a motorcycle, but every time you ever see Gaim in promotional or in anything, he's always riding a horse.
But we almost never see him actually on a horse except for very specific episodes.
Yeah, except for like what's coming and this movie. That's why I was like, wait, that's right. He's a Kamen Rider, but it makes more sense.
He's a common horseback rider.
Yeah, he's not. Again, people want to say that Hibiki is the black sheep because of how different it is. Oh my Gaim, literally.
At least Hibiki has a motorcycle. A generic motorcycle, but he still has one.
Yeah, but Gaim,
if anything, Todoroki and Zanki would be the black sheep because they have their own van.
Yeah, but again, Gaim has not followed any of the traditional, like anything that would be, like considered to a Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's He does the triple, the triple, like, the rider squash kick, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And he actually lands the goal. And talk about a short game. It only lasted like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Weirdly
enough, Kaido comes over to congratulate him.
That was weird.
It's like that line from Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like every time Koiba smiles, a puppy dies.
Yeah, that was so. But then again, I was like, you know what? It's weird, and even Kota said it. But at the same time, it's like, you know what? This would actually how Kaido would be. Mm-hmm. Like he still has the warrior spirit. He doesn't want to do anything underhand.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be. He doesn't want that Pecco BS. Yeah.
You won. You won fair and square. Good job. I'll get you next time. That's his way. And I'm like, well, this is weird for him to actually be like, actually giving Kota a hand and like a handshake. It's like, okay, but it's not too out of whack,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we go, and apparently because they announced, and DJ Sagura is like saying that everyone is fighting for the golden fruit cup. They're fighting for the golden fruit to blah, like, what is this golden fruit? What is it? Well, if you remember, it's that thing that the overlords have. But in this universe, apparently, if you gather all 7 together, you can make a wish.
Slices. Well,
Yeah.
I like to imagine they're slices.
Yeah, so it's okay. I didn't think that's what the golden apple or the golden fruit actually did. Not what I thought.
I like to think of it like Bay Wheels, where it's like when one universe's meteorites evolved into tops, while in this other universe the same meteorites evolved into wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
although I will never understand Bay Raiders. I tried, I couldn't.
Yeah. But so Koda's kind of scratching his head afterwards because he's out and about and he sees another cameo from another famous Japanese soccer player. Yeah. And again, he's just like, what the heck is going on? What, like, am I dreaming? I was like, well, no, I'm not dreaming. But here is something that caught me off guard when I watched this movie because, again, I had no idea. So we have 2 cameos from some of the best boys that have ever graced Sentai and Kamen Rider. Because apparently they're like, yo, so what happens if someone gets the golden fruit? I don't know. Probably wish for money. I'm like, dude, that's so boring. It's Kaido and it's Tsukasa. We have Tsukasa and Kaido from Maji Ranger, Go Busters, and from Shinkenger and Fies, making a cameo talking about what you would do if you get the golden fruit. Just randomly walking by, like, hey, it's like, hey, like, and I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing here? Hey, man, we're like the Ken Hyosas of Tokusatsu. We're everywhere.
Yeah,
we're everywhere, and I'm hoping Japan World Heroes, get these men in America right now. Bring them right now. These 2 are legends because why? They just nonchalantly walk through any Tokusatsu movie, and it's just like, hey, it's like, yeah, how you doing?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
No,
there's actually quite a number of famous suit actors that have had appearances. Like for example, amongst Team Charmond is Satoshi Fujita, who did a lot of movie monster characters, like monster characters from Kamen Rider movies. Yeah.
No, there was. I saw the list, and I was just like, "Wow, there are just so many people here. Like, what is going to jam?" But just seeing those 2 was like, "Oh, that's actually pretty cool." I didn't know they were in this movie. It's like, yeah. Well, I mean, at the time, it was like, Shinkenger wrapped up a while ago, but Go Busters, was just like a while back. So. Okay. Good to see you guys again. We still have the chain of Fi's characters showing up in Gaim, whether it's just cameos.
Yeah. It's nice to see their faces show up for once, even if they are obfuscated by glasses and helmets. And also, what's his name? Takatora apparently has a wife who's in labor right now.
Lies. Una momento. I'm going in a dead zone. I'll be right back.
Takatora, he has a wife who's in labor in this universe. Michi's like, wait a minute. My brother's a bachelor. He doesn't have a wife or a kid. What's going on? And also, where are the Invis? There aren't any Invis here. I could have sworn I killed my brother. Why is he alive and has a wife? And I'm like, so is Michi gonna pull a Lion King where he's like, it's to die for? Prepare for a chance of a lifetime. Be
I'm back.
prepared for some fruity
I
news.
swear. You know, these Rocky Mountains, I swear.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
what did I miss? What did I miss?
I'm just talking about how like Michi's is like ready to pull a Scar from Lion King because like not only is Takator still alive, but he even has a child.
Lies and slander.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, Tori, I love you, man. I don't think anything weird of you, and I'm not saying that you don't like women, but you do not look like the family man type to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when he said it, I even said to myself, he's lying.
Mm-hmm.
He's lying. Even Michi, I'm like, and Michi is there. I'm like, okay, why the fuck is Michi here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is he even here? I ask you, why is he even here? Like, at this point in the story, it's like, no one cares about you, Michi. You've disappointed us.
No, it's like imagine having a what's it called? It's like imagine having a Kamen Rider Fives, the volleyball special, where Keitaro's dry cleaning store has to have a volleyball competition against Smart Brain, but you have Masato like as the narrating character, and like he's like, why am I here? Why is Kiba here? Why is Yuka still alive? Why is Mr. J still alive?
Why is Mr. J alive, and why isn't Yuka alive? That's my question. I grab onto this crane and I'm walking away with her. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just like, okay, what is Tori doing? What is he talking about? What does he mean that he has a wife and child? Yeah, no. It turns out he's just going to Yggdrasil, and he apparently, well, Yggdrasil is still Yggdrasil, even though technically Helheim doesn't exist in this universe. Like, it exists, but it doesn't exist. So it's like, why does Yggdrasil exist then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you couldn't have
and
one
also,
or the
and
other.
also Dr. Waring's not there either.
Well, he was there, but not anymore.
Operative word was.
Because we don't know what happened to him, because we don't really find that out until like another 20 minutes from now. But it's like, no, he's there, but it's like, wait a minute, then how did, if Helheim doesn't exist, then how did you get this? Why do we even have the lock seeds? Why do we even have the Sengoku drivers and the Genesis drivers then? Wow, how did we have those if Helheim doesn't exist? And how the heck did you know about this? That's a massive plot point in the movie, because this is like, wait, Yggdrasil exists to combat Helheim, but Helheim doesn't exist here because, again, well, later on, and they say, yeah, no one knows what an invis is. They've never heard of them. They've never seen them. So it's like, okay, so what was the doctor doing this whole time? That apparently, also this random little boy that we met in the beginning of the movie is kind of just been randomly showing up, and he's kind of got something to do with this.
Yeah. So Pecco's like, I wish I could be better like Zack.
Okay.
And then a grasshopper lands.
Where did that come from? I understand Pecco. I understand him. But where the hell did that come from? What the fuck? Where did that come from? Like, they had the soccer game, they lost. Okay, cool, next time. And it's like, what happens after? It's like, where, what? Pecco, what are you doing?
Yeah,
because I want to get stronger. Oh, okay, maybe go extra jogging. Go do some squats. Go lift some weights. Maybe practice on your kick shot or something. What?
Be like Ethan from Dino Thunder when Dwayne Cameron's character was not hitting the goal in that episode of Dino Thunder. He's like, look, here's your kick compared to the kick of a professional player. See how you're doing it wrong? Now try it this way.
Yeah, because again, so out of nowhere, Jack is hanging out at the spot, and Pecco just comes in and well, no, I'm sorry. So again, right as the game ended, we see a grasshopper land on Pecco.
Yeah,
and fast forward to now. Now Pecco comes into the Baron hideout and transforms and attacks Jack. And it's and Kaido hears this, and there's this whole debauchery going on and whatnot. It's like, what the fuck? Hang on, dead zone.
Yeah. Yeah, the audio is not really good, but the point is, there we go. But yeah, so yeah, where did he get an ELS number 5 lock seed, and where did he get a Genesis driver? That's a better question. Like, Steve, you there? Yeah. And so he just randomly turns into Kurokage, and the thing is, it doesn't look that much different from the original Kurokage. Like, I was hoping that with the energy version, you'd have I don't know, maybe one of his shoulder guards would be slightly different colored, like how the other energy Lockseed users look. But no, he looks
we didn't even get that.
No, he just looks like regular Kurokage with a slightly different spear.
No, he's slightly more silver, just a little bit, but not a lot.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it's the small details. I'm sorry that we can't be like Gaim and put so much effort. I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's bullshit. I'm sorry. That's just garbage. Like, you use a Genesis driver and you don't even give a brand new look for the Kurokages. It's just swarm, but it's energy, liquor. Did you just say liquor? It's like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Except now instead of the spear looking like this, it looks like this, and that's pretty much it. That's the only difference.
So
the spear has those 2 other tips at the end.
Yeah, it went from a single spear to I guess what it's called, a starburst, where it's there's 2 on the sides exuding out kind of in a curvature. But the thing is that Pico, Baron comes in, kicks his ass, and then very quickly, only for him to start growing ferns out of his body, and then just
into his own lock seed,
just like an Orphanoch, just kind of just dissolves
randomly.
He just
somewhere out there,
I wanted you to
know a slightly rusted gold lock seed becomes slightly less rusted.
And again. Who's holding that lock seed? Because I know who has the golden apple. We all know who does.
Mm-hmm.
But it's but that's not who that is.
Nope.
So why the hell did your apple? What? But it never gets addressed.
Cut was weird. It was a weird cut. Like the way they cut from shot to shot was just weird.
Yeah, because I was they never address it. Because it's wait a minute. I mean, I get what's going on, but at the same time, it's you're making it seem like it's Lapis this random. Yeah. So we find out his name is Lapis.
Yeah.
Yes, after the stone, after the birth stone.
Yeah.
Which there is a reason why he's. I mean, I actually looked into it. There's actually a reason why he's called Lapis. But we'll get that towards the end. So Pico dies,
mm-hmm.
and next thing you know, well, both Kaito and Jack are like, they kind of saw who it was, but not really. But here's this whole thing of like again, Koda with Mai and Michi again, just like what's going on, and yeah, what's happening now? Like we used to have it. Oh, this world is about soccer and playing games and whatnot. Now everyone's trying to kill each other.
Yeah, because only one person can have the golden fruit. And, this kind of ties into what Oron Pierre Alfonso said way back in episode 7, where it's like, you foolish humans. Like, you think people care about breakdancing? No, it's all about the fighting. Since ancient times, people like to fight, obviously.
Because... No,
so this movie is basically Oron Pierre Alfonso was right, the movie, because it's like the filmmaker saying, you guys thought that the problem was the breakdancing? Like, you don't think that if we changed it with a different sport, we're not going to end up having the same thing where the sport in question is going to go off on the wayside? You sweet summer children. No. Even in a world where everything is resolved with football, people are still gonna fight each other.
Yeah, no, because this was also very random and very weird because we have a scene that takes place outside of the patissier, out of the cafe the Chambron, and it's literally Jinochi and Hase. They are
fighting it out.
Jinochi. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know what it is about this show in particular, but the fact that I actually saw an actual, one of the main cast, and yes, Junichi and Hase are a part of the main cast, just not Rider, not armored, like literally just get thrown out of a window, like just him in his clothing. And then Hase running out and just start wailing on him. I don't know about you, but I thought that was weird. I was like, whoa, they're not transformed. And they're literally beating on each other. Like, to the point that I was just like, Mai and Michi are like, calling the police. Well, they call Koda first. Why? I don't know why. But, next thing you know, here comes the man, the myth, the legend himself, Oren Alphonse Pierre, and just start separating the two.
And then of course Hase, like, he turns into Kurokage.
Oh boy!
And then it's like, oh, what's more fun than one Kurokage dying from turning into a plant? 2 Kurokages dying by turning into a plant.
Yeah, but here's the thing of how Pierre is such a badass. He fought Hase, Kurokage Armor Rider, without transforming.
Because that's how great
he fought him. He fought him bare fists and was still kicking his ass. What the hell? Only for finally, the shrubbery just came in and just took away. But yeah, it freaked everyone out. It freaked out Michi. It freaked out Mai. It freaked out Pierre. It freaked out Jinochi because it's like, wait a minute, what just happened? Like, he just disintegrated. And of course, Koda shows up and he kind of sees Lapis in the shrubbery in the background, only for him to go running off and then running into Baron and Jack.
And then Zack transforms and he also turns into shrubbery. Meanwhile,
he got mad. Jackie got mad, like really mad. But yeah, Yggdrasil apparently, the sick wife was just Sid being a dick.
Yeah.
Because in this timeline, Takatora actually knows. He actually knows. he actually fully is aware of what's going on.
Yeah, and then like while in the original timeline, Sid
He
gets
ain't
killed
no
by a
shit.
rock. Now he gets killed by a hard place.
Yeah, Sid just, again, it's like, well, you know, obviously, yeah, Sid's got to die. Hase's got to die. It's like, well, man, that sucks. But well, again, I'll talk about that when we get there. But it's like, yeah, so Sid dies, and then Takatora is like, you know, ready the troops, blah, blah, blah. But he also calls out Yoko.
Yeah.
Because Yoko was there. And it's just like, I know also Yoko, so what are you going to do? And she just shuts up and just like, yeah, just runs off. But again, after all that happened, after everything that happened,
Bravo does like sip some wine. He's like, I believe an Overdrive is responsible
the
for this.
man is truly a class act. He is drinking Merlot. I assume it's a Merlot. And out of a canter, out of a round oval vase canter, like the classy mother hugger that he is, and just starts announcing to the world that he is gathering his army. First off, I never knew bakeries had armies, but then again, the man is a walking army himself. And just declares war on the beat riders because, well, what the heck is going on? Why are they all dying? Why are they all like just disappearing? Well, you know, obviously one of them are doing it. And so Kaido hears the message. And he's like, he's down for a fight. And I didn't expect what to come next. Because
the entire French paratroopers just marching down the streets.
We went from Fallout to FIFA. Now we're going into Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a battle of the lovers. Where you got Zangetsu versus Bravo.
You have the whole French paratroopers with rocket launchers and the watermelon mechs. You have Zangetsu with his chestnut coconut soldiers, a Humvee, and a bunch of motorcycles. And I'm like, bro, is this literally Gangs of New York?
It may as well be.
It might as well be. Because it's just like, wait a minute. Okay, so you guys, if you look at it, you guys shouldn't be fighting each other. It's not. You said it was the Riders, okay, but you yourself are one, Pierre. But where the hell did this bullshit come from that you're gonna attack Yggdrasil? And Tori, why the hell are you gonna fight against Pierre when you know that he has nothing to do with it? You know, it don't matter. No, you know what? We're going to go into Call of Duty / Smash Brothers Brawl Ultimate right now because, oh my God.
Beautiful fighting. Kaido's also involved. Meanwhile, Koda goes, yeah. So basically, all three of them.
Did you notice the Doom, the Doom or the Call of Duty like level of like action that was during this battle? We actually had a one-on-one, one-sided POV of someone holding a gun and shooting down watermelons and coconuts. I'm like, this is Call of Duty or this is Doom. Either or, it's a POV of a one person shooter right there. Holy crap. And it was like Humvees are blowing up, watermelons are blowing up. There are men shooting missiles and rockets. Gas is blowing up. There's more explosions than at a Kiss concert. And then here comes Baron, bananas ablazing, and he's taking on everybody. He don't care. He's like, I don't give a damn whether it's coconut, cantaloupe, or Durin, I'm gonna fight you all, motherfuckers. Oh my God, I had to rewatch it a few times. I'm like, this is actually pretty good. This is actually pretty good. What the hell? How come the rest of the show can't be like this?
Budget, marketing, target audience.
Man, they really blew through their explosive budget on this scene, didn't they?
Yep, they absolutely did.
You could roast a hot dog on all that fire.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's literally it's a bare knuckle brawl between two lovers because apparently, well, yeah, he kind of does confess like I once loved you, and it's like I don't even know you. It's like, ouch, one sided.
Yeah, as tale as old as time.
Yeah, but it's like okay, where's Coda? Where's Michi? I'm like we don't know. They're somewhere. They're somewhere. But right now we're having a battle. We're having a battle royale right now, and no man is gonna be left alive.
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously, no one walks away from this.
Yeah. Yeah, and what's it called? And of course, Coda like grabs all three lock seeds, and then he. Oh wait, hold on. No, he.
No, they killed each other.
He grabs all four lock seeds.
They lit. Oh no! Remember that Junichi fell first, and then finally it was a three-way tri-attack between Baron, Zanget, and Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
That they literally like final smashed each other. And when the debris cleared up, all you saw was their armor and their lock seats. That's it. So it's what? It's like all three of them killed each other. For only like Lapis to be like watching, he's like, I didn't want this to happen. And then Michi shows up for some reason.
Yeah.
As for why Michi, I don't know, but it's like, I know it's you. I know. How do you know this, Michi? How do you know this?
Because somehow I looked at the data files from Dr. Waring, and he was seemingly the first victim.
Yeah, the good doctor was the first victim because apparently, well, yeah, but it's like he saw Lapis in the video before it cut out, and it's kind of like I know it's you. I know it's like Michi, please. But then next thing you know, here comes Lucifer Morningstar.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Sagara shows up. To put a little exposition dump, but not really. Yep. Only to be like, yeah, no, yes and no, Michi, yes and no, yes, this is a dream, because apparently this is all a dream.
Yeah,
it's straight up said, it's a dream. But he's the one who's part of it, but he's not the one who controls it. Then who is it? Well, we don't know that yet. We don't know.
Meanwhile, Coda tries to go to the bridge at the city limits. He's confronted by Yuya, who mysteriously has an apple lock seed.
Okay. When? I mean, I went back and I watched the movie and I was like, I never saw him, never carry it. It's not attached to him. When did he notice the lock seed was on him?
I noticed it briefly, like when they were in the.
I never saw it. No. Even in the cafe, it's like, wait, that's a totally different scene. That's a totally different scene that you guys shot. But okay. Well, it's like, why does he have it? It's like, well, remember in the original canon, Yuya ate a fruit. I'm like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? Well. Yeah, apparently Yuya is the bad guy, but Yuya is not Yuya.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I'm carrying this lock seed so I can summon Invis just in case. But in this universe, we don't have Invis.
No one knows what an Invis is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, we have established that Invis don't exist here. It's not that they don't exist; it's that no one is aware of them. Mm-hmm. So what's going on? And he's just like, oh, God, really? Well, that's my bad. You know what? Yeah, apparently.
So, turns out he's some dude named Kogami in disguise. And apparently, Kogami invented an artificial fruit that like would have been a fake golden apple, but it caused all of the overlords in the main timeline to go nuts, no pun intended, until he was sealed away by Lapis. But it didn't stop the overlords from fighting each other like we see of Demushu and Redyu.
Yeah, because apparently these overlords don't exist in this timeline, or I guess they did, but not anymore. It's only these two. What we have is we have a overlord of the Golden Apple, a false one because apparently the apple's fake, but it's still powerful.
And he was unsealed because Dr. Warren wanted to recreate that research.
Which again, why is it always the scientists that are just like open Pandora's box? Like, no joke. Like, you I'm pretty sure you knew something was up here, Doctor, but you didn't care, and it cost you your life. But it's like, yeah, so wait, this whole time, everything that we've been seeing is because of this guy who has been pretending to be Yuya, but not really Yuya, for it was him, Dio. No, it's this guy.
Kono Kogamida.
And I was like, okay. To have the golden apple, and he actually transforms. It is another Baron outfit. It's literally it's a knight. Go on. It is a golden apple, which is apparently supposed to be a reference to the book of Genesis regarding Adam and Eve, because it was the golden apple that is the embodiment of knowledge, immortality, and sin. That these two were cast out. But a little fun fact: in most texts regarding the fruit, in the olden text they said it was a fig, not an apple. But what else? But what else looks like figs in this show? The Helheim fruits.
Yep.
The Helheim fruits are figs.
Yeah, more accurate.
So it's more accurate. So it's like,
and yes, Kamen Rider Mars is the third of the 4 Riders of the Apocalypse. Previously, we've had Bujin Gaim for famine, 15 for death, and now we have Mars for war.
Yeah, and again, it is a repainted Baron outfit, but I feel like this is a lot more proper because while Baron was a cavalier, this is an actual knight.
Yeah.
This is a proper, sir type of armor, and again, being the golden apple, just like with mythology and whatnot, it has a high standing. It really does. So I mean, by the look of it, the rider armor itself, it is pretty much like how the Japanese would prepare apples and peel them and whatnot. The armor itself looks badass. He has an apple shield that has a sword that is kind of reminiscent of Wolf Kaiser from Maji Ranger. Yeah, having the sword in the shield.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, this guy means business, ladies and gentlemen. So what are we going to do?
We're going to use all of the fruits. And I don't mean salami. I mean, Koda just straight up uses banana arms, dongri arms, durian arms. And honestly, when he used durian arms, I got so excited. Yes!
But he got pwned, though. How could you get pwned with wearing durian?
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. He got freaking Janochi's fruit and he was doing fine. I'm like, that was the one you should have got pwned with, not Baron, not Bravos.
That, like, he even switches to Jimba Lemon and then gets pwned.
And then gets pwned because he gets swarmed by the locusts, which come and attack him. And again,
obligatory Book of Exodus reference here.
Yeah, pretty much the book of Exodus, chapter 10, verses, I think it's 12 through 15 or 13 through 15. I'm not sure, one of those. And again, because they're locusts. They're not, the locust is in the family of grasshoppers that literally swarm Coda, and, well, what happened to Coda?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing good happened because, well, Mai kind of runs back into him, and she thinks he's all right, but he's got that crazy.
He's got that Spider-Man 3 look.
But he's not emo.
No.
Thank God. But yeah, he transforms into
Dark Gaim.
Which again, this is not
unlike
the first time.
And contrary to what many of you may think, no, I do not have Black Orange and Black Lemon. You think I would have, but I don't. Keep in mind, I started collecting lock seeds in August of 2014. I came late into the game. If you think I'm gonna shell an extra $90 on a repaint of those two Loxies, I mean, I'm not the one to talk because I have. Yeah, you're probably gonna hate this part, but there's a total of 4 Apple Lock Seeds. We see 2 of them here, but there's 4 in total.
Yeah, there's 4. Yeah,
there's 4. Yeah, and so yeah, I'm not one to talk, but I'm not getting the black orange. Black
that's the thing with anything with these gimmick riders, which I'm like, you know what, that would look cool, but I'm not. But like, wait, how much? Oh, fuck you! No. But it's got it doesn't matter, dude. It's a repaint, and you just added a little new soundboard. I'm not paying that much. Mm-hmm. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I will not be the completionist here. Thank you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah.
But
yeah. At least with like the lemon lock seed, it's LS99, but
yeah, but still. I mean, but the thing is that here is Dark.
It's the same thing. Okay, so to the scene's credit, yes, this is the first instance where the main rider becomes the Dark Rider. We've had Ryuga, we've had Orga, we've had Chalice, we've had Dark Kabuto, we had Negataros. But this is the first time when the Dark Rider is also the actual main rider. Not a mirror clone of the main rider, but the actual main rider. Yeah.
It's actually Kota. Because the look on his face.
Technically, if we count the American version, Kit Taylor was the first main rider to become his own Dark Rider. Because for some reason, he and Adam were it's like Kit wore the Onyx suit while Adam wore the Onyx suit instead of the other way around. But no, in the Japanese version, Kota's the first. For some reason, Michi's trying to save my. Actually, that's not uncharacteristic of him.
I mean, Michi kind of confronts Mars to fight him because it's but Mai also kind of bumps into Lapis because he's there because he's just I don't know why the kid's there, honestly. He's just there. But it makes sense. It'll make sense in a bit. But, yeah, so, here comes Mars, and he's talking because he's seeing both Dark Gaim and Michi fighting Kiwi Arms, and he's just narrating how he's using them and using their anger to fuel himself and that he'll create the whole new yada 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 bad guy monologue as they always do. This is my master plan and what I'm planning to do, and I'm like, So if your whole plan was to take people's anger or their passions or whatever, wouldn't them be playing soccer be falling into your hands regardless? Why go through all this bullshit? You could have just done your plan without them knowing. But you didn't. Because next thing you know, he transforms, and then Yoko shows up. But not just Yoko. Kaido shows up. Kaido's alive. And it's like, wait, what happened? Wait, you're alive? It's like, yeah, before we killed each other in Smash Brothers Ultimate, Yoko came in, ripped off my belt, and saved him. Like, so that you can survive a blast? Wouldn't that be worse if you didn't have the armor on? It's a long story, but don't worry about it. We're here now. Okay. All right. And so, yeah, have another throwdown. Yoko and Baron are fighting against Mars while Michi's taking on Dark Gaim, Dark Bujin Gaim the second, only to not be doing much of anything.
Yeah. This is not the most exciting fight scene in my opinion, but
no, we already passed that part.
Yeah, but does progress where Lapis needs to get into Kota's head. It's like, but why are you guys fighting? Because it's in human nature. But at least, I see now. If Armored Riders were the LAPD, you'd be Officer Nolan from The Rookie. I get it. So I'm gonna exorcise these locusts out of your body, and somehow they end up in a quarry.
Yeah, well, the thing is that Lapis was Mai had a little pep talk with him because Kota would never give up, which I'm like, Mai, now is not the time, darling. Now is definitely not the time. But only for him to project onto and we have a flashback of the Overlords fighting the Impies and everything that, oh yeah, you remember this guy? Like, yeah. It's like, so wait a minute. It's like, yeah, well, it's like, so you're saying that humans are no different than the Overlords? No, you're not. It's like, but it's kind of like, yeah, but the thing is, Kota doesn't give up. He doesn't want to be like the Overlords. He will never be like the Overlords. And he winds up punching himself. He winds up punching the bad version of him so hard that he literally double fisted him and knocked himself out, which caused the Locust to be expelled from his body, only for them to be transported to now turned into a tourist trap where you can also perform many of the Kamen Rider Sentai poses and explosions for a price in Japan. No joke, that area is actually a tourist spot where people can actually take photos and perform the explosion henshins and transformations with explosions.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, so we got horses. Yay.
Oh, here we go with the horses.
Horses, yes.
Horses.
Yes. Feeling nostalgic for Lost Galaxy episode 11. But yes, they fight on horseback. Mars becomes a giant fire dragon thing. And of course...
He becomes some giant, I don't know if it was wings or it was tails. I don't know, but it was a fire horse. It was a literal fire horse.
Yeah, Kota defeats it by becoming Kiwami, and that motivates Lapis to it ends up rescuing all of the riders that were absorbed by the locusts, and it motivates Lapis to be a good guy. So Sakura gives him
the silver apple.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I mean, I had to look up about silver apples, and apparently in some texts regarding the original apple that Adam and Eve ate, they said that apple was golden, but also had silver accents. Mm-hmm. So that's why the apples, the lock seeds, look the way they do on the lock seed.
Yeah.
It's just that. Well, here's the thing. We get everyone together like the Shinkenger Go Onger crossover movie. Everyone, it's Morphin time, but with fruits. And we have the silver apple transformation, and that looks cool, but it turns into a soccer game. Because remember, this is a movie about soccer.
Sorry, I accidentally got muted. But does it really matter that Silver transforms because he's going to turn into a football anyways?
Yes.
They
God.
they
Oh my
they
God.
use him as a football. They use their special
Yeah.
moves. They run it through the goal, and we're back to the original universe.
And we actually get to see a rider kick in
yeah,
this movie. The actual rider kick. And yeah, that only to find out. So everything that's happened, Coda has just been in the same spot this whole time.
yeah, it was all a dream.
So none of it actually happened. He was just standing there, and it was like a flash second. I was like, yeah, only for him to be like, well, I gotta hit that dusty trail again.
Mm-hmm.
Cue the music. And then and then there's an entire silhouette of all the riders during the credits. I would have thought there would have been something towards the end, but no, there wasn't. So that was it.
I have to say, I feel like the ending fizzled out. We were cooking in the second act, but it just felt like it fizzled out towards the end. Because again, what is even the point of the silver dude if he's like, what's the point of the silver dude if he just turns into a ball like almost right away?
Yeah, I would have been like, maybe he's able to do something that could contradict, because be as it may, both silver and gold are considered precious holy metals.
Yeah.
But the thing is that silver kind of contradicts or kind of purifies gold in a way, I guess. They kind of balance each other out. The fact also is because, like I said, there's a reason why this kid is named Lapis. Because the birthstone, Lapis Lazuli, is actually a stone that, in its properties, is to, bring peace, bring Zen, to help enrich your spirituality and to become a better person. So if you were born in the month that Lapis Lazuli is your birthstone, it's like, having it is to be like, to be a Zen, relaxed person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what Lapis was, because where Mars was war and passion and fury, Lapis was the shy but Zen calm that needed to happen. But to become a football, and that Mars' actual true form is a giant goalpost with the apple in the center of it, I'm like, yeah, did we forget this movie was about soccer? I'm like, no, we didn't forget. I just thought that maybe, you had such a great second act fight, and then you had this fight, and it was so good, and then you just had to bring it back to soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
there's not even an epilogue where it's like, oh, we defeated Mars, I could go back to the afterlife, and that's it.
No, he just dies. Like, Lapis just dies because he now accepts, what has happened, and now he can die. And I'm like, then what was the point of all this then? What was the point, Lapis?
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, I'm like, well, you know what? I'll say this. Out of all the movies that we have done, out of all the specials that we have touched on in this whole Gaim roller coaster, this was probably my most rewatched, and like that a movie that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the battles. I mean, yes, there are several things that could be worked on, but I personally enjoyed this film with all the references and the lore and the mythology that was being added in there. I'm like, holy crap. They really did their homework here, but they didn't really do much with it. I mean, it's one thing to do the research, but why not add more, or maybe put more of that in this movie? Why did we need it Why did we need it to be about soccer? What was the point of that?
Because of the FIFA World Cup.
then you just should have made a movie about soccer. I don't know why we had to bring in.
Yeah, it's like like make it consistent to the theme. Like breakdancing, like if you're gonna involve breakdancing into your plot, make breakdancing a consistent thing.
Yeah, but that's not even a thing here. Just like, well, okay, and yeah, we go back to our regular scheduled programming next week. So
yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay. But yeah, I have to give this movie an 8 out of 10. It's enjoyable, but not very satisfying when you get to the end. And
I'm gonna have to agree. I did enjoy the myth and the mythology and all their home. They really did their homework. They really did. Book of Exodus, the Book of Genesis, several Celtic and Greek and like just mythology all over. But man, could they have added a little bit more?
Yeah. Yeah. I have to say, yeah, one of the biggest issues, and we went over this, is how like they stagnate pacing. Like, like if you're watching the show on a weekly basis, where it's like you only do one episode a week, like this movie won't stop you if you're just like watching it on a Saturday and watch the next episode on Sunday. But the thing is, when you're binge watching like we are, whether in batches or all at once, it will halt the momentum of the main story. And even if we treated the movie as supplementary material, which it basically is, it doesn't change the fact that you dedicated a full episode 37, to like promote this movie. I would probably give this movie an 8.5 instead of an 8 if episode 37 didn't exist.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, out of all the movies that we've done, as I said, this one was the best because even though it kind of does fall into continuity, but the thing is that you didn't really. I mean, these movies are supposed to be like a break, maybe like to change it up a bit, maybe to give us like a refreshing break from what's going on. And while the story was really good in some parts, it's like, man, you all just, what happened? What happened here? Like, it was so good, but who made this decision? Who said this was okay? All right. Okay.
Yeah. And again, like, even if Toei wanted to promote the World Cup, I think doing a Tokuger episode or Tokuger movie would have worked with the theme a lot better. Because, imagination. We can imagine that we're in a football game. Maybe we could imagine that the football is a giant fruit. Like we could even have a flashback to like when the kids used to play football together. Maybe Wright and Hikari want to become football players when they grow up. Who knows? But it would have worked better than doing it with Gaim. Like, and if you think about it, even having a Kikaida reboot would have made more sense to promote on Tokuger than on Gaim.
Yeah, I know. Very true. Very true. But I mean, at this point in the story, they're no longer kids or in the mindset of children. They're becoming adults. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, no, you're totally right. You're totally right, Mike. But yeah, those are our thoughts. But what do the people have to say?
Yeah. Let's have a look. See, football. Okay. Imagine how much better Gaim would be if they did football instead of breakdancing. Yeah, but I imagine that in that universe, Raygun would have been in the Australian football team instead of the breakdancing team.
I mean, can you imagine trying to get like the stadium filled up, or how much it would cost to CGI a crowd? I mean, there are certain scenes in the stadium where you hear the crowd, you see the crowd, but it's not fully filled up, and then they're playing, and there's no one in the stadium stands.
Yeah, but the thing is, they could play football in the park, though. You know, like in Kamen Rider Wizard and Revice. Because apparently, Soma and Ikki both wanted to be football players. You know, before they were both possessed by demons. Man, is Revice a ripoff of Wizard? It's starting to occur to me it might be. Football. Imagine Kamen Rider playing cricket. I mean, it is a British sport, I suppose, but then it would make more sense to have swords and stuff because you could use, your sword as a bat, I guess.
But cricket, I mean, why not just go straight to tennis at that point?
Yeah, that would work. Imagine Kamen Riders playing curling.
Okay, what the heck are we with these obscure sports?
I don't know. Imagine Kamen Rider just playing the cornhole. Okay, now that would be even weirder because, imagine a bunch of people in not spandex just taking turns throwing bean bags into a hole. How would that work?
I don't know. I don't know. That'd just be weird.
Okay. What's an invis? That's a good question. What is an invis?
I have no idea. We stopped giving a damn about that since episode 20.
What is football, lol?
What is football? How about you step outside the USA and ask them that?
Yeah. Okay. Nah, enough with those silly questions. That's it for the comments. We hope you guys enjoyed watching us discuss Kamen Rider, Gaim the movie, Great Soccer Battle, Golden Fruit Cups. We're gonna go back next week to doing more episodes and good news, one more batch of episodes till the arc is over, and then we'll have another movie to sit through. I'm just kidding. No, it's going to be more episodes till the end of the TV finale. And then we do the Visa next.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. But at least no more interruptions for the TV episodes.
Please. Look, I swear to God, this whole continuity stuff is driving me up the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wait till we get to the Gaiden movies. All right. Well, with that said, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon. Stay notified for our latest videos. We do Ultraman Arc on Mondays, Kamen Rider Gav on Wednesdays, Bakugan Sentai Boom Boom Draw on Thursdays, and Kamen Rider Gaim on Sundays. Also, we have 2 new interviews uploaded. We have Andrew Gray and Oliver Driver. That's right. We got Megaforce Red as well as Jungle Fury, Bat Spirit Ranger. Both of those are available on our YouTube channel. And also check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do various movie reviews. We did Wes Craven's New Nightmare for Halloween, and we hope to do a couple of Thanksgiving-themed movies later this month. And also, if you want to follow our personal content, you can find Steve on Instagram at The Sin Prince, and me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. With all that said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and don't overfill up on that Thanksgiving turkey. And please stay safe out there when you participate in the Centennial shopping games. May the prices be ever in your favor. We hope to see you again real soon, and we bid you all adieu. Goodbye.
Night, guys.